Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of the brand new KVD Beauty Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm. This video is going to be like an actual review of this foundation because I have been trying it out for the past few days. This is not a first impression video, and because I did want to kind of spice the video up, I wanted to compare it to the only other foundation balm that I know of, which is the Kevyn Aucoin Foundation Balm. So yeah, if you guys want to see my thoughts on both of these foundations, make sure to keep watching. So first things first, I'm going to give you guys all of the info on the new KVD Balm foundation, and I'm also going to show you guys swatches of this foundation compared to some of my other foundation shades. Alright, so this is the KVD Beauty Good Apple Skin Perfecting Hydrating Foundation Balm. As I said, I have already used this. That is why mine is definitely not like brand new looking. So the price of this foundation is $38. This foundation is described as a buildable, full coverage hydrating foundation balm with a lightweight, long wear formula and a fresh matte finish. So it says that this is infused with skin nourishing apple extract. It minimizes the appearance of pores and gives skin a smooth, healthy look. It is supposed to be non-cakey, it's flashback free, and quickly covers blemishes and discoloration for a speedy confidence boost. Also, the packaging of this is recyclable. So I did pick mine up in the shade Light 012, and I'm going to be showing you guys this shade compared to some of my other foundation shades. So I'm going to swatch the KVD foundation first. This has a very smooth formula. So there is that shade. Next we have the Pure 4-in-1 foundation in the shade L in 5. The Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation in the shade C in 10. Urban Decay Stay Naked in 30 NN. It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream in the shade Light. So far, that one is the closest to the KVD one. This one is like a shade that I would use when I'm self-tanned, and these are shades that I would use when I'm not. Next, we have ColourPop Pretty Fresh in 50 NN. So the KVD one did end up being darker than I thought based on like what I saw online, but I did order it so I wasn't sure, but it does work. I feel like it does blend out a little bit like lighter. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I feel like it definitely looks lighter once you set it with powder and everything. So I can make this shade work even when I'm not self-tanned. And then because I do want to kind of make this review different from everybody else's review, because I feel like everybody is just reviewing the KVD foundation balm, I wanted to compare it to the Kevyn Aucoin Foundation Balm, which is the only other foundation balm that I know of. So the Kevyn Aucoin Foundation Balm is $52, so it is a little bit more expensive than the KVD one. This one is a full coverage foundation with an innovative silky balm texture that is fortified with hyaluronic acid for a flawless finish. This is full coverage and it does have a matte finish. The formula is considered a cream formula and is good for normal, combination, and oily skin. Let's go ahead and do a swatch of the Kevyn Aucoin one. This one is in the shade Light FB 4.5. This one does not have as silky of a texture as the KVD one. This one definitely feels like a thicker formula. I'm going to swatch it on the other side of the KVD one. So even just swatching this one, you can tell that it is a little bit more of like a matte finish. It definitely feels a little bit more like powdery, whereas this one definitely feels like a balm. So now that you guys know all of the info about both of these foundations, I'm going to go ahead and try them out on the face. Before we go ahead and do that, I really want you guys to comment down below which side of my face you think is which foundation. So let me know in the comments down below which side you think has which foundation on it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be applying the KVD Beauty foundation on the left half of my face. For this first part of like the application process, I'm really going to focus on the foundation balm from KVD because I want to do the Kevyn Aucoin one like towards the end. I really want to show you guys how this foundation works. So I'm going to be applying this with a brush and a sponge. I have been just applying it with a sponge. I really like it that way, but I also want to try it out with a brush. So I actually got the KVD foundation brush in my Boxy Luxe this month. So I'm just going to dip in like a little bit because a little bit goes a long way with this foundation, and we're just going to start at the bottom of my face. Like this is like super full coverage, but somehow it still like looks natural on the skin. Like honestly, it just makes your skin look like so smooth, and I have a lot of texture in this area and it just makes everything look so smooth. I actually really like how this applies with a brush. It's definitely very easy to apply either way you apply it, brush or sponge. I'm sure it's more full coverage, obviously, with a brush than with a sponge. A sponge is just always my go-to. That's why I've been using a sponge when I've been applying it. So now I'm going to pick up like a little bit on my sponge, And I'm just gonna start blending this on the forehead area. When I have been wearing this to work the past few days, it has been just so easy to apply this like on the upper half of my face because I wear a mask all day, so I don't have to do like a full face of makeup. I literally just do the top half of my face. And with this foundation, it's just so quick and easy, and I feel like it just looks like so smooth. This is definitely a buildable foundation. You can wear it like a little bit more sheer if you wanted a more natural look, but you can definitely build this up to be like very full coverage. I'm gonna take just a little bit more of my sponge and kind of dab this on any visible blemishes to kind of conceal them a little more. So here's the foundation balm from KVD on this side of my face. Honestly, like, this is so good. Like, there's definitely a reason why it's been going viral because it's that good. I'm actually like so glad that I picked this up because I'm pretty sure it's sold out now. If it is available anywhere, I will link it for you guys, but last time I saw it was all sold out, so I'm so glad I bought this early. So to kind of switch things up in this video, I know most people have just been reviewing the KVD foundation balm, but I did want to mention Kevyn Aucoin's foundation balm because this is the first foundation balm that I ever knew of. This came out, I want to say like maybe a year or two ago. I feel like I did a YouTube video on this foundation. I can't really remember now, but as I said earlier, this is a more creamy foundation balm, and I'm just going to be applying this like with an oval brush. I've actually never tried it with a sponge, but I might do like the same kind of thing where I apply my forehead with the sponge. But I'm just gonna start applying this all over the face. You know, I haven't used the Kevyn Aucoin one in quite a while, but I remember really liking this foundation. There was a time that I was using this one a ton. If you're looking for a product like this, the KVD one is cheaper, but you know what? There might be more product in this one. The Kevyn Aucoin one has 0.7 ounces and the KVD one has 0.35. Okay, so this one has a lot more product in it, so just kidding. So here is this one applied with a brush. I feel like the coverage is not as good. Like, you can still kind of see like through it. It's like a little patchy in this area right here. So I added a little bit more and I feel like it definitely covered much better. Just looking at the two side by side, the KVD one is definitely more of like, I don't know how to say it, like a dewy, I look more shiny, I guess, on this side. And this one is a little bit more matte and powdery looking. So I'm gonna try and dip into the Kevyn Aucoin one with a sponge, but I don't feel like this is gonna work. I've never applied it like this. I'm not sure why. I bet it doesn't blend as easily with a sponge because it's so like, I don't know, thick and kind of powdery, but actually it looks pretty decent with the sponge. All right, so both sides of my face are done. Honestly, like, they look pretty similar. I'm surprised the shades are so close because when I swatched them, I didn't think that they were gonna be that similar. But just looking at them, the KVD side definitely looks more natural in my opinion. It's a little bit more dewy. You can definitely see the Kevyn Aucoin one more on the skin. Like, it does look a little bit, I guess, more cakey. It's not like a cakey foundation unless you really build it up, but the KVD one definitely looks more natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup. When I come back, I will tell you guys my thoughts after like applying concealer and everything like that. I'm also gonna give you guys like some info on the days that I have worn the KVD one like all day. We're talking like 11-hour work days. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. So my makeup is now complete. Honestly, just looking at my skin, I can't really tell that big of a difference between the two foundations. Like, I feel like nobody would notice the difference between the two sides. Like, I don't feel like you can tell that I'm wearing two different foundations, but I will say that the KVD side definitely looked a little bit more glowy, and I also feel like it looks more like skin than this side. I feel like this side is a little bit more like powdery, and I don't want to say cakey. I mean, I guess it is a little bit, but it's not bad. Like, I feel like this is a really good foundation as well. So yeah, I feel like they both look really good. But since I have used both of these foundations now at this point multiple times, I can't even find the KVD one. Oh my gosh. I have used this for the past few days, and then I've used this one several times. I feel like they are very similar, but if I had to pick one, I would definitely pick the KVD one. I feel like this one is just better than the Kevyn Aucoin one, but do keep in mind that the Kevyn Aucoin one is more expensive, but it does have more product in it, so you are getting a lot more for the price. So maybe if you are like an oily skin person, you would prefer the Kevyn Aucoin one, because I did notice over the past few days of trying out the KVD one that my skin would get very oily looking throughout the day, which is not normal for me necessarily because I have pretty like normal to dry skin. So that is something to keep in mind if you are worried about this one not working for your oily skin. I would recommend trying out the Kevyn Aucoin one. It is definitely more of a matte formula. I feel like this one is more transfer proof than the KVD one. So yeah, I like both of these, but I do personally like the KVD one better, but I do have normal to dry skin. So as I said, I have been trying out this foundation for the past few days, and when I say I've been trying it out, I've literally been wearing this for like 12-hour days, and honestly, at the end of the day, it looked so good. It obviously didn't look perfect at the end of a 12-hour day, but it looked so much better than most foundations I wear on an everyday basis. I feel like even though this isn't like a super long wearing foundation, it still looked amazing at the end of the day. I loved how glowy my skin looked. I feel like it didn't look cakey at the end of the day. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. And if you did enjoy it, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And then of course, please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And also make sure you guys have your notifications turned on. That way you don't miss out on any of my future videos. All you have to do is click the bell next to the subscribe button, and then you'll receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.